What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to The Good, The Bad and The Stupid. It's Friday the 17th of July. I got it right that time. I've just had to re-record the start because for some reason I said it's Monday the 17th of March. Why the hell I said that, I don't know, but I've obviously regressed temporarily in my brain to the beginning of lockdown. Now that is a place I definitely do not want to go back to. Even though some parts of the country already are. Some parts, Leicester is already in a lockdown. Well, saying that, half of Leicester's in a lockdown. The other half has been allowed to come out of lockdown, and the mayor's getting in a strop because he's saying it's political, because the Tory side has all been allowed to go back out and the Labour side have all been told to stay in. So if it is, that's a bit of a cheap trick, bit of a fucking punch in the bollocks from the Conservative Party to any Labour voters. Well, you'll have to get your own back. Well, some of you probably fucking voted them in because of the Brexit as well, so now you should have a word with yourself and go, look at these dirty bastards, dirty tricks that they're coming out with. Anyway, but yeah, it's grim because it's still, we got masks now in the shops. Everybody has to wear the masks. I'll tell you that. I went to the shops earlier on today and I walked past the Tesco, the mini Tesco. Nobody had a mask on in there. So, and I walked past the garage, the petrol station. I'm not going to tell you where. I'm not a telltale, but I walked past. I am a telltale. I'm telling you. I walked past the petrol station. Nobody had one on in there. And then I walked into a shop and I never had one on. But I went into it was an open, like a kiosk that was outside, so it didn't really matter. So I was allowed, but I didn't have a mask in my pocket. So I couldn't have gone in any of the other shops. But anyway, so it's all going to be a mess, that is, unless they've got security on the door or some you got to be like, what's it called? You got to be like citizens arrest type or speak up as a member of the public. But you can speak up to the wrong people, you'll end up with a fucking pack of jammy Dodgers smashed over your head, or you get into some kind of food fight, like that guy yesterday throwing a tin of tomatoes at the burglar's head. It'll get like that. I mean, you already seen fucking two people, was it three people, punching each other over toilet roll in Australia when the toilet roll crisis was happening. The toilet roll crisis, of all things. Write that one down in the book, the history books. When somebody comes to look back on us in 300 or 400 years' time and they go, the toilet roll crisis, what the hell's the toilet roll crisis? And then you can show some videos of everybody sprinting through the fucking supermarket. If you haven't seen it, there's a great one. Costco in England. Costco toilet roll. Just Google that on YouTube. And there's hundreds of people running with trolleys after the doors opened, running, and the woman knew it was coming because she put it on a camera again, wait for it. All of a sudden they all come round the corner because the toilet roll's at the far end of the shop, and they fucking ran past her with all the trolleys, and every single one of them went straight for the toilet roll. Fucking mental. People are mental. I bet some of them had the idea that they were going to sell them as well. They're going to buy them and sell them and make a profit. That's the shittest business idea going. Literally, that's a pun. Excuse the pun. The shittest business idea going. Selling fucking second-hand toilet roll out of Costco. No, thank you. I'd rather give that one a miss and go without the money. Anyway, I'm hot. I don't know about you. It's very, very hot. I know I'm hot anyway. Thanks if you are watching on the podcast video on YouTube and you are thinking, yes, he is. You're right. No, I am very hot. I've put my uniform on for this podcast to to film it, and I'm sweating myself. Very, very hot. So it's not very often we get good weather. But we got the Bahamas weather. It's England, and we got the Bahamas weather come. So we got to enjoy it. Let's hope it kills the fucking virus anyway while we're at it. While it's at it. There's a picture of the sun in the paper today as well. The massive. I mean, it's a great picture. It's come from a satellite that's spinning around in space, and it come within 47 million miles of the sun. So you're pretty close then. 47 million miles. That's deemed pretty close. And he took a photograph, like it was you taking a photograph of me. Well, you in another country probably, or miles away, but like somebody taking a photo of you in the same room. It's that good. And you can see all flares and like they're calling them campfires, but loads of I don't know what the fuck you call it. loads of fires all over the moon. Anyway, it looks like a big ball of fire, doesn't it? And there's all these like spurts coming out of it. It's amazing, absolutely fucking stunning picture. It would just be mad to know that is like, I'd be like the Ants film, to know that is like a small dot in wherever that is in its environment. That might just be like a pimple on a fucking giant's toe or something like that. And we're all praying to it, the sun, we're all like, loving it. And it's like, it's really small in wherever its environment. It's like a pinprick in the bigger scheme of things. Crazy. It'd be good to know what's out there, really. Hopefully we find out one day. Maybe my alien friends are going to come down and abduct me and take me on a mission, and so I know it all. I see it all, know it all, and I try and tell people everything, but everyone just thinks you're mad. That's what happens, unfortunately. You might know it all. Everybody that knows everything about what's going on, what's going to happen, and what's happening in the top of society, in the with the Rockefellers and all that fucking load of bollocks. Everybody who knows all that knows that they're creating wars and all that, and everybody that knows about the universe and what's beyond the stars and beyond the planets, you're just mental. Everyone thinks you're mental, even though you do know. That's the unfortunate thing. You're better off just knowing it and keeping it stum. Because anybody that sits down and tells you that they've been abducted by aliens, first of all, the first thing you think is you're mental. And I've had people who are sane. I know somebody who's completely sane in every respect that I've ever known him say exactly that to me. And I was just like, and he believed it 100%. He believed it. He believed that somebody put a needle behind his ear and did all that. So what am I meant to say to that? So he knows something. Hopefully I'll get to go on one of them trips. I might have to take some drugs first, but to really, for it to really fucking, I think I have to take a load of mushrooms, have that much that I've passed out, and that hallucinogenic dream that I have will become the reality that I experience. I'm happy for that. I'm happy to believe that. Sounds like a good time in my book. What was I going to say? Let's move on. If you're into gold, if you're into Peperami and you're into gold, so if you're a chav and a chav, if you like eating Peperami and you like wearing gold, well, what's the word? You haven't had to, I can't think of what I was going to explain that. Anyway, if you're into both of those, then you're in luck, because somebody's created a Peperami necklace made out of gold. So if you're that kind of chav and you wear that kind of pendant, then you're almost like fucking King Peperami if you wear that. You're like the king of the Peperamis. It's about 1,500 quid. Are you stupid enough to buy that? I know I ain't. I don't even like Peperami, unless they make a vegetarian one. But I used to like it's spicy and it was greasy as fuck. They are. But anyway, if you're King Peperami, maybe a King Salami, maybe the girls will tell you. But you've got a chain round your neck with a big old fucking pendant with it on. It's almost like a Willy Wonka. A Peperami could be that as well. I'm trying to think of a one beginning with P. No, can't think of one. Plonker. Pepperani Plonker. That's who you'll be. The Pepperani Plonker. Well, not for me, thank you. You'd have to get me a bit of tofu on a fucking gold tofu round my neck. No, I wouldn't wear that either. I don't know what I'd wear. Gold's back though. Gold's back. Gold's good if you wear it right. Silver's alright as well. Gold if you wear it right. If you fucking, if you got like Burberry, all Burberry, top to fucking tail Burberry and a big gold chain around your neck, that is wrong. That's where the Pepperani would fucking wear well. But that looks total shit. And normally they're hooligans. So if anybody of you listening to this, you're probably going to go, "Oh, that's fucking what I wear, you bastard. I'm going to be coming around yours and kicking your door off and booting you off that podcast, or booting you while you're making the podcast, and embarrass you in front of your listeners." But anyway, tell you what, who's punching somebody? Mike Tyson's been revealed that his next opponent is going to be a shark. It's going to be called Mike Tyson versus a shark. Rumble on the Reef. Tyson versus Jaws. Well, he's going to lose that. I'm sorry. There's no way Tyson's going to fucking beat a shark. If the shark was on land, yeah, that you would, but not in the fucking water. No chance. But he's going to go in a cage, isn't he, I suppose? But it'd be funny to watch. I reckon it'd be funny to see his reaction when a great white is swimming around him. But he's definitely not going to be fighting a shark. He's got a match coming up soon. He can't do it with no arms, because that's what's going to happen. Well, there was a guy in South Africa who was fucking, Mr. Know-all, the beach know-all, and somebody said there was shark warnings. And he's gone, don't worry. He was going down there for a swim and everyone's going, you can't go in, there's been shark warnings. And he went, no, I'm going in, don't worry. He said, if anything happens, it's my fault. Because he thought he was Mr. Know-all, that he was going to be safe. He's done it forever. He's probably done it 99 out of 100 times. Anyway, he went in the water. He had his legs bit off. He had his legs bit off, both of them. I don't know if he died, but if he didn't, then he fucking lived to regret it, unfortunately. That was a really silly move. If anybody tells me there's a shark fucking anywhere, if I was in Birmingham, which is in the middle of the country, if anybody said to me, if I fucking, there's a shark nearby, I'd probably I wouldn't go out my house. You heed the warnings, but there's a bitter pill to take for that guy. But so Tyson as well. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I know you're the baddest man in the ring, but you're not the baddest man in the water. You're funny though, definitely. I can't wait to watch it. Too much porn makes it more difficult for men to perform sexually with a partner. Well, that's because it's worn out. Then it's almost like it's empty. Emptied the petrol pump. Emptied the Peperami plonker. Men watch 70 minutes of porn a week on average. Do they? I don't. On average, the survey of more than 3,200 found. You must have been fucking asking 3,200 lonely, ugly men who sit in the pub sitting Weatherspoons. They do. Everybody else have got fucking, too busy for that. Too much erotic images may desensitise men. Well, if you're going to be watching the most fucking beautiful women, well, not necessarily the most beautiful women, but gorgeous women or gorgeous girls and that, you're making your wife match up to that, and that ain't fair, is it? Or she's got to get down and be poor. She might be there watching it with you. She might be help. Well, no, because for the sake of this story, it's making it difficult to perform sexually. So she's not. So she's pissed off when you come home. If she's checking the computer and sees what you've been up to, she's going to go, right, I'm going to have to get mine elsewhere. I don't do it virtually. I'll have to go and knock on the neighbour's door and ask him if he's got any Peperami to borrow me till Monday. Yeah, you can't do that, unfortunately. You got to first things first, let's put it that way. Do the porn second. Number one, first, second and third. Sex with your wife first. Porn second, and then sex with the Pringles container third. Possibly. If if you've run out of Pringles and you're feeling horny, I bet there's people who've done that. Although I think it's pretty big, isn't it? To put the Pringles container, you'd have to be fucking Johnny Big Bollocks to pull that one off. It might have to be a smaller version of it, perhaps the baby version. Is there a baby version? A small one from Poundland. Coastal Water. No, not that one. I ain't doing that one. Boyzone have split for good. No, Boyzone split up for good at the end of their 2018 album. Good. Thank God for that. But bad news, unfortunately. They're having second thoughts already. How many times have they split up and come back? They're just fucking preying on their, the docile fans that will buy into it every time. Oh, they're split up. We'll have a little cry and go, right, that's the end of that. Let's put the Boyzone in the, in the loft. Forget about them. All of a sudden they come back and they're like, yeah, Boyzone have come back. My favourite band. They ain't my favourite band. They're fucking very far from my favourite band. They're my favourite band to hate. I know that. They're my favourite band that I'll turn off as soon as they come on the radio. But yeah, so they're having thoughts to come back after their 2018 album. I didn't even know they did an album. They were about 20 years ago. They were. They should be called Boyzone now. They should be called what could you call them? Man Zone. You could suppose Man Zone or Man fuck knows, I don't know, something to do with man. I was trying to think of something that shows that they're tired and there has been. Man's been. Forget it. You get what I'm fucking trying to say. Anyway, if you don't like Boyzone, good, you're in my camp. Boyzone can go and like, you know, disappear again. At least Brian McFadden, who left them 25 years ago, he said. Fucking hell, I must be getting old because I remember that. Brian McFadden is he left them. He's not coming back. He said he hasn't been in them for 20 years or 25 years. So he's at the very least sticking to he knows it'd be cheesy. He's the only one. The thing is, they've got all the money in the world. They don't need to, do they? But I suppose they're sitting at home playing with the Peperami, so they're like, you know, bored, aren't they? They've got nothing else to do. They can't be actors. They can't go and be painter and decorators. They can't go and be like... You have to go and get a normal job, don't you? Otherwise you just sit doing nothing. So, unfortunately, you're typecast. You are Westlife and that's it. So they're going to be coming back even when they're 60. Right, I'm sick of talking about them now. You know what I think. You know what I think. Right, last one I'm going to do, I think. Police in a small town in Georgia were left red-faced after discovering that a body that was found by the railroad tracks. That's not easy to say with railroad. The railroad, that's like Elmer Fudd. The railroad tracks was actually a sex doll. He could not. It was actually, so somebody's tied a sex doll down onto the railway tracks, dressed it up, and dumped it down there. Well, you can't be feel too guilty about that. That sounds like a body, and somebody's dressed it up to be a body. That's fucking some weird. Somebody getting a kick out of that. Somebody's up. That's their kind of porn. They're up in the bushes. They're fucking wanking with their Peperami in the bushes, watching you, thinking that sex doll's a fucking dead body. Probably come down there with the stretchers, like the autopsy, the whole police force, and he's up wanking in the bushes, thinking it's fucking, you know, turning him on. Fucking weirdo. Anyway, whatever fucking gets you off. I think the fucking regular porn is about as fucking good as it's going to get for me. Thank you very much. Otherwise, you're slowly going to turn into that, what's his name? Buffalo Bill off Hannibal Lecter. When you've desensitised to any other form of sex. Next thing you know, you're having to wear the fucking skin of your victims and pose like putting your dick through your legs like a woman's vagina. Isn't that what happens on the film? Or am I just slowly getting excited? Right, I'm going to leave it there on that note, on that sexy note. Hopefully you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week on Monday. See you later for now. Bye.